Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here to celebrate Ted's 5th anniversary. And we do have a lot of special guests tonight. Well, actually, there's over 100 of you. Thank you for being here. Each person here has touched us in some way. During the tough times leading up to the transplant, the scary times during the transplant, and the wonderful times since the transplant. Our lives wouldn't be as rich without you, and we are so happy to have this opportunity to say thank you. The transplant made a lot of things possible for us. We got to see Ted's 60th birthday, and his 61st, and his 62nd, and his 63rd, and his 64th. Seeing Matthew graduate from university. Our 40th anniversary trip to Mexico with Jeff and Ray, Britt and Randy, Colleen and Matt, Chris and Kate, while Devin took care of the dogs and cats. Our 41st anniversary in Mexico with Dave and Penny and Colleen and Liam. 15 fabulous days on a Panama Canal cruise last year. Summer days at the farmers markets in Duncan, North Nanaimo Town Center, and our home market, the Nanaimo Downtown Farmers Market, which coincidentally is open May through October. Every Friday from 10 till 2. And Canada Days at Maffeo Sutton Park, and rainy days and windy days and cruise ship days. Building the greenhouse with Lori and Noel, and really enjoying our garden. Painting the swimming pool with Jeff and Matt and Randy and Britt. Getting to see Brittany and Randy get married. And then a week later, we got to see Mike and Cheryl get married. Hadn't been waiting for years, actually. Being elected to the Coastal Community Credit Union Board and reconnecting with all those wonderful people there. Just a tiny bit biased for me. Annual Christmas lunches with Kathy and Lauren, monthly lunches with Eileen and Carolyn, dinner parties with Barb and Wilf and Jan and Ty, coffee with Lauren at Tim Hortons, refinishing hardwood floors and renovating houses and painting and painting and painting, family parties with our Adam, going on a seniors bus tour to a casino down in the States. Discovering, or being discovered by, Ted's birth family, and meeting Sister Debbie and her daughters in Toronto last year, and thank you to Coastal for making that possible. Yes, thank you. Getting back in touch with Dave and Penny, Dan and Shelley, Sean and Jen, Jeannie, Chris, Greg and Amanda. Annual Christmas parties at Pat's, which so much more fun without the oxygen tanks and the wheelchair. Going for walks with our dogs, counting calories, portion control, exercising, going to events at the Port Theatre, buying a high-low trailer and going camping with our puppy dog Zach, Oscar nights with the gang, and watching these kids grow up. And okay, I have to say it, twilight and new moon and eclipse obsessively reading about another woman in love with her Edward. Are you not? And I love this wonderful quote. When your life flashes before your eyes, make sure you've got plenty to watch. Our heartfelt thanks go out to each one of you for making this celebration a wonderful event on our to watch list. And now please join me in welcoming our Teddy.
Thank you, everybody. Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm truly the luckiest guy ever. I have a wonderful wife, Lynn, two great sons, Jeff and Matt. Lynn and I have always felt extraordinarily lucky. We've been blessed with this transplant in 5 years since. We have so many good friends, it's hard to count, and it's obvious we have a lot of friends here tonight. I don't know, thank you very much. There are a lot of people I need to thank tonight, but the most important are the donor family. They made a very tough decision during a very stressful time. And by doing that, they allowed me and several other people a second shot at life. On your table tonight, you will see organ donation forms. If you can, please fill one out and drop it in one of the red bags down on the display table. All we need is your name and your birth date. Or you can sign up online at www.transplant.bc.ca. Lots of folks think they're too old to be a donor, but you are not. The oldest donor was over 100 years old, and she gave her skin tissue to help a little one who was severely burned. Right now, there are 432 people in BC waiting and hoping. You may have noticed the beautiful young lady on our posters. Her name was Eva Markvoigt. She suffered from cystic fibrosis, and she had a double lung transplant the same year that I had mine. She was an amazing young woman, and it was a privilege to know her. She passed away 2 years ago after going into rejection, and sadly didn't live long enough for a second transplant. She has left a legacy, and she is a tremendous icon for the Transplant Society. We thank our transplant doctors, of none of which you see here tonight. Why? Because they're over in Vancouver, probably saving a life. They are Dr. John Yee, Dr. Kenneth Evans, Dr. Robert Levy, and Dr. Jennifer Wilson, and the whole transplant team. They've done so much for me, and I'm a very lucky boy in that. And they always give me lots of ongoing support and care. You know, they're amazing people doing amazing jobs. Dr. Colin Walker, our family physician, had planned to attend here tonight, but he's traveling right now and he can't be here on time. He did send us an email, and he stated, I very much regret being unable to attend your celebration of Ted's success. I will not have returned in time, but my thoughts are with you and your family, and I quietly celebrate Ted's good health every time I see him. I agree, I'm healthy. This evening at the bar, we are accepting donations for the BC Transplant Society. Any donation you make will go a long way in ensuring that people get help when they need it. If you need a receipt for your donation, we have envelopes with, and all you need to do is put your name and address on it, and we'll take it to the Transplant Society. Speaking of the bar, our hardworking bartender, Irene, we should give her an applause. Also at the bar tonight, you will see posters and business cards of Get a Go-Go. If you have a few drinks tonight, please do not drive. Their cards, all we need to do is, they will take you home, and they'll take your car home too, and the ride will be on us. We're so happy that you came here tonight, and we want to see that you get home safely. Before the transplant, so many of you did so many kind things for us. Brittany, who's ill tonight, she did a lot of baking cookies, which I really enjoyed. Randy, you always bought me Chinese food. Where are you, Randy? And Colleen, you cooked and cooked and cooked. This little girl could turn out a 3-course meal in a heartbeat, and she was she had her job cut out because my wife is a vegetarian, and I am not. And Carolyn, my precious, where are you? There you are. Carolyn brought me the now forbidden fish and chips. And for this, I will always love her. Can you see a recurring food theme here? And on that note, I'd like to thank Sean Smith. Bring the gang out, please. I'd like to thank Sean Smith. Apparently so. And Livewire Catering and his team for this fabulous dinner. It was an awesome meal. Thank you. Well, I see most of us have finished dessert, so the band Skellig will be performing, and we do encourage you to get up and dance. Skellig is from Ladysmith, and they play original Celtic rock. The band has received national recognition during competitions at the Hard Rock Cafe in Toronto, and we are delighted to have them here tonight with us. Again, thank you all for coming this evening, and enjoy your evening. The mic will be open for a few minutes, so anybody can curse me or do whatever. Have a good night, folks.
Okay, while we're all sitting down, perhaps we could raise a glass and make a toast to Ted and his support team, name is Lynn. Congratulations, Ted. I know personally I bookmarked the same day next year.
Good job, Al. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the voice heard actually helped. Yeah, good, Dad. You got a new career if you need to. Thank you. Couldn't hear her. Couldn't hear her.